pollution. The first one is incineration. Second one is pyrolysis, landfilling, and lastly is composting. So, incineration. How does actually incineration work? Incineration will burn waste at a very high temperature, reducing its volume by 90%. No, 90%. In Singapore, incineration plants don't just get rid of waste, but they also generate electricity from the heat that being produced. So, this makes incineration especially useful in countries with limited lands and spaces, such as Singapore just now, and also waste will disappear very quickly, and this process also will provide energy at the same time. So, let me show you guys how does actually incineration works. That is how incineration works on a simple terms. Okay, next we are going to see pyrolysis. So pyrolysis is a modern high-tech method. So instead of burning, it will break down plastic also at a very high temperature but without oxygen. So the result is oil, gases, and also carbon that can be used back. Okay. So countries like India and some parts of Europe are piloting pyrolysis to turn mountains of plastic trash packaging into fuel. So imagine if all the plastic bottles that we saw today could be transformed into a usable energy. How good is that, right? So let me show you how does pyrolysis work on a small scale.
This is how to make gasoline. When World War III destroys everything. Because gasoline is the bloodline of survival. It runs your engine, you need freedom to move, and power is your generator for electricity. Here's what you need. Old plastic waste, a metal container, a smaller container, a metal pipe, and a fire. Start by collecting your plastic waste, things like shampoo bottles and plastic bags. Avoid PVC and polystyrene. They release toxic gas and will absolutely ruin your day. Now, cut your plastic into small pieces and put them into your metal container and seal it tight. That's your pyrolysis chamber. Now, drill a hole in the lid and attach a metal pipe. This will carry the vapor out. Connect that pipe to another container sitting in cold water. That's your condenser, where vapor turns back into liquid fuel. Finally, set your metal container over a steady campfire. Here comes the science. As the plastic heats up, it melts and breaks down into vapor. The vapor travels through the pipe, cools the condenser, and starts dripping out a yellowish fuel. And there you have it, homeboy. You just made crude gasoline.
So as I said earlier, pyrolysis also produces fuel, right? So that is how actually pyrolysis works, but on a very small scale. So the third one is landfilling. So landfilling is the most common waste treatment method globally. So modern sanitary landfills are designed to protect the environment by lining up the ground to prevent leachate, seep through into the soil, and also capturing the methane gas. So in fact, some US landfills organic waste like food scraps and garden clippings are left to decompose, creating a nutrient-rich fertilizer for plants. In Japan and parts of Europe, households are encouraged to compost their organic waste. Farmers then will use this compost to enrich their soil, reducing the need for chemical fertilizer. So, since almost half of the household waste is organic, composting alone can greatly reduce the amount of trash that ends up in landfills. So, for the closure, excessive solid waste will affect our water, our soil, our health, and even the climate. But we can all help reduce it. So, let's start small. Use reusable items, throw rubbish properly, and think before we waste. Together, we can make our environment cleaner and our future brighter. Thank you. So, do you guys have any question to ask?
Question, please.